What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 9, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Stefan Sessegnon has indeed broken his ankle and will be out for 3 months. Of course, he suffered that in the last game, which was the 3-3 draw with Crystal Palace at the Hawthorns. Of course, he did get injured in that game, and I said what a big blow that's going to be, because of course we've already got Brown a day in the treatment room, and now Stefan Sessegnon's going to keep him company in there as well, which is really frustrating. As you see a squad report here, it's really frustrating because Brown a day before his injury was the best player at the start of the season for us, no doubt about it. And Sessegnon's been really good as well. So we've lost 2 of our key members of our first 11 squad, and it's so frustrating. It really is, because we brought in some young talent in the transfer window in players such as Abita and Hughes and Roberts. Adding to Berahino, who's already here. But we also inherited a squad when we came in with some really decent players. Claudio Jacob and Malumbu, 77 each now, I think, and some decent players like Chris Brunt as well, you just saw there, 74, and obviously Sessegnon 76, and I think he's actually 76 going down now, yeah, so 76, and Brown a day now up to a 77 or 78, one of those two. You'll see it in the squad report anyway as it comes around. There it is, 77. Some decent players we inherited, and to lose 2 of them at the same time in the first 11 is very, very annoying, particularly because they're both really good offensive players. Sessegnon chimes in with a few assists and goals here and there. Obviously so does Brown a day. He's our top goal scorer so far, despite now being injured, and it's really annoying because we as a club, currently sitting in 9th place, we want to be mid-table to top half come the end of the season. Of course the media said to us that they think we're going to finish 18th. Of course, in the media article in pre-season, you get one of those predicted to finish articles, and they said 18th, and I was like, that's not fair, man. Seriously, we're much better than that. And one of the reasons we are much better is because of those players, Sessegnon and the Day. Those 2 are really good players, and the fact they're both injured at the same time is really going to suck for us, because obviously Sessegnon's going to be out until February. A Day is going to be out until December at the very earliest. Hopefully he'll just miss this month and come back for December, but of course sometimes injuries can get exacerbated, so it's very annoying right now. And we are going to be relying on making changes, and we are going to have to make change to formation. We'd already changed to a 4-5-1 when Brown a Day got injured, and now Sessegnon's out as well. It means we've actually changed back, and we're going to play a straight 4-4-2. As you can see, a bit of a holding mid combination in Will Hughes and Yusuf Malumbu, although I might start Jacob over Hughes for some games, but I want to give Will Hughes some game time. And Anachabi and Berahino are going to start up top together. Anachabi scored in the Palace game after coming on the bench for Sessegnon, so I thought I'd give Anachabi a start in this game. And this isn't the way I want to play. This isn't how I want to line this West Brom squad up this season, but unfortunately I've got no other choice. So it is very, very frustrating right now. But as we do take on Leicester City for the first game of today's episode away at the King Power Stadium, the first chance fell to the home side, but in the 7th minute the first goal would be scored by us, and it did come through Sado Berahino. And of course now with Brown a Day currently out injured, this is Berahino's time to shine. He's starting up with up top of Anachabi now, but it's his time to show us he can get the goals and stay as our main striker. And that was clearly the right way to do it as well. Just under 7 minutes into the game, and he does get the goal as the team celebrate there. And as Leicester gave the ball away, I don't know really what happened to their centre-back partnership. They just seemed to completely lose it. And as Berahino went forward there, I just tried to trick Kasper Schmeichel, and it turned out to be quite a simple finish for the young man. So he got his 3rd goal in the Premier League so far. And as I said, with Brown a Day currently out injured for at least another month, and that's at least, we need Berahino to stand up, be counted, and score us as many goals as possible. So Leicester 0, West Brom 1, but directly from kickoff, I gave the ball away after we won it back, and David Nugent found Hammond. Great chance here as he sliced the ball into Jamie Vardy, who shoots, but thankfully for us, he can only put the ball over the bar and into the stand. So still 1-0 as things stood in this game, but Leicester, after conceding the opening goal, started to look very threatening. They came forward, began to look very, very promising in the attack, and as Vardy picks out Nugent, he was a free header for the striker, but unfortunately for them, they could only put the ball over the bar. That really should have been a goal and should have been 1-1, but to be honest, after the goal, it was Leicester pressing as much as possible. They really did look threatening, and they would eventually take the equaliser goal in the 24th minute as Hammond played the ball forward, and let's be honest, he was never going to miss that chance there as he dispatched the ball past Ben Foster and made it Leicester 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. So unfortunately for us, we were back on level terms, and that's how the first half would finish. And in the second half here, you see Nugent collect the ball, take it around his man, great chance here, finds Powell back to Nugent, back into Ochoa, and eventually Powell gets slid the ball forward, and Nick Powell on loan from Manchester United United was not going to miss that chance. So 4 minutes after the restart, and it is Nick Powell who makes it Leicester 2, West Brom 1 as the home side come from behind to take the lead in this game. So very, very frustrating. My defending was so poor in this game, and unfortunately we were now behind. But in the 62nd minute, what a fantastic run from Joleon Lescott to intercept his man and play a great through ball into Victor Anichebe. And unfortunately for me, it was just such a poor finish with the big man there. I tried to smash it into the bottom corner, and instead I put it wide. And I just cannot be missing those chances if we want to perform well and overachieve in the Premier League this season. Really bad miss, but was I going to miss the second chance I get of Anichebe? Definitely not. I learned from my mistakes. I knew, don't go for the near corner, go for the far corner, smash it into the bottom corner though, and find the back of the net, and this time we did. Callum Chambers picking up another assist for us, a really good start to the season for our right back on loan from Arsenal, and Anichebe gets his second goal in 2 games, so good finish by the big man there, and it's Leicester 2, West Brom 2, and the 89th minute you see the Leicester man get himself into some trouble, and Jordan Abita playing a high press, tackles him, gets past him, and ends up getting taken down to the floor there by the Leicester City man. He couldn't keep up with him, and from the free kick, Varela stands over the ball, didn't really know where to take this. Of course, the time was running down, didn't have too much time left on the clock, didn't really know where to go, but I saw Yannick Vestergaard creeping forward here, who had just come off the bench, and with Varela I tried to chip it into that near post area, get Vestergaard running, and well, it's just the perfect first touch for Yannick Vestergaard, our giant 6'6" centre-back, who you may have seen in the top left underneath the score, had just came on from the bench. I literally just brought him on for that free kick alone, not gonna lie, just for that free kick, brought him on, and with his first touch he heads the ball past Kasper Schmeichel, his Danish teammate, and that means it is Leicester 2, West Bromwich Albion 3. So Yannick Vestergaard makes it 3-2 here, and we go on to win the game with a last minute header through our giant centre back. So absolutely fantastic tactical decision there. It's so funny, like seriously, I just brought him off the bench. I thought we got a free kick in a dangerous area, we might get one opportunity, get him into the box, hope for the best, we pick him out, and Vestergaard gets his first goal for the club. So Leicester 2, West Brom 3, and we do get ourselves the win. So very, very pleased with that. Of course, it was looking bleak for quite some time, but thankfully we came from behind to win the game, and I'm very, very pleased with that good away performance there. And following that, we saw we had an international management offer from Austria, but of course we said no. It's cool to know that in our first season we're getting a few international management offers right now, but I'm not too interested for the time being. I mean, it could be fun to take a nation like that and turn them into a bit of a project really, but for the time being I'm just going to stay with the club and focus all my attention on West Bromwich Albion, you know, instead of having a bit of a side project for us, just focus all my attention on West Brom. If a good nation comes in, I say a good nation, if a really good nation, like a 5-star nation comes in, then sure, I'll definitely consider it, but for the time being I'm perfectly happy staying with just West Brom, and we'll leave it as is. But for the second and final game of today's episode, we take on Newcastle United here as they travel to the Hawthorns. Of course, they're sitting in 5th, we're in 7th after that good win against Leicester, and I gave some chances in this game to a couple of young players. Of course, Will Hughes kept his place over Claudio Jacob. Thought I'd give Patrick Roberts a start as well on the right side of midfield. So a couple of changes here, but Vestergaard, despite his heroics against Leicester, stayed on the bench for this game. But Newcastle, they're doing really decent in my career mode. Of course, in real life they're struggling quite a bit, but of course that's more to do with Alan Pardew really than to what's happening with their squad. It's more the Alan Pardew effect really. Their squad is quite good, so it's not a real surprise, but Pardew's not really doing the best of jobs in real life. But they are doing very well on this career mode, and I've actually heard a lot of people saying as well in the comments and on different career modes as well on YouTube, saying that Newcastle United are doing very, very well in their career modes, which is quite not surprising I guess, but still interesting regardless. But as you'll see, it took them just 3 minutes and 23 seconds in to take the lead in this game as well. Papi Cisse bobbed and weaved before finding some space in the area and smashed the ball past Ben Foster to make it West Brom 0, Newcastle 1. So worst possible start as Cisse brings up his 6th goal of the season. And at the start of this game, well, I could not defend for the life of me, and had it not been for a poor finish from Anita, we would have been 2-0 down just 11 minutes in. Really poor start for us. And a couple minutes later we had a free kick. Varela crosses the ball in here towards Victor Anichebe. The header goes up in the air, but unfortunately for us, Tim Krul, the Dutch goalkeeper, makes a good save and keeps it at 1-0. So we tried to get ourselves the equalising goal while still in the first half. And as Abita takes the ball around Daryl Janmaat here, great turn of pace by our left back, good cross as well. The header is won by Berahino, but it's a good save by Krul. And again, Newcastle cleared the ball away. So, you know, we were looking quite threatening on offence. We just weren't taking our chances. And in the 37th minute, a good ball forward found Berahino down his left-hand side. He takes on Daryl Janmaat here. Got around my man, shot from, well, from not really a tight angle, but still a little bit of a tight angle, and Krul makes a simple save, and it's still 1-0. And on the stroke of half-time, we get the ball away here with Yusuf Malumbu. It comes to Papi Cisse. Cisse finds Sissoko, who strikes it, but Ben Foster makes a good save, and it's still 1-0. So Krul had a really good first half for Newcastle, but unfortunately for us, we couldn't seem to beat him, and it was 1-0 at half-time. And just past the hour mark here, a great chance for Newcastle. Sissoko goes in for his second goal of the game, but thankfully Ben Foster denies him and keeps it at 1-0. And from it we go on a counter. Berahino finds out Achebu, get the ball away, win it back again, and Achebu collects the ball. He's got a runner down left hand side in Varela. He picks him out down his left hand side, takes on Daryl Janmaat here, beats him with a double step over, gets inside, picks out Yusuf Malumbu on the edge of the area, fakes shots and shoots, but again it's a great save by Tim Krul, and we just couldn't seem to beat the Dutch goalkeeper. And another chance in the 66th minute, and Achebu finds Varela again down his left hand side. He was giving Daryl Janmaat a bit of a tough time, beats him with a Berber spin, picks out Yusuf Malumbu again, it's tackled, but it comes back to Varela, who shoots, but again it's another great save by Tim Krul, who was putting in an absolutely fantastic performance, desperate for the clean sheet in this game. And in the 73rd minute here you see Newcastle failed to get this ball away, Malumbu shoots, but again it's the same result. Tim Krul makes the save, and we just didn't look like we were going to beat him in this game because the goalkeeper was just on fire. And in the 75th minute here you see Patrick Roberts intercept David Santo and put him on the floor. Roberts goes down the right hand side, he's got enough pace to keep on going, beat his man, then beats Mike Williamson, puts him on the floor with the stop, gets inside and shoots, and again it's a great save by Krul, not once but twice. A great double save by the Dutch goalkeeper, and it's still West Brom 0 and Newcastle 1. So as you can see, I switched to attack in here with 10 minutes to go. I was doing everything I could to try and get ourselves back on level terms, as Will Hughes finds Yusuf Malumbu here. He rises the challenge of Anita, gives it to Will Hughes, who's in space. I try out a shot, but unfortunately it goes just wide the post and out for a goal kick. But the reality is, even if it was going in between the sticks, Tim Krul probably would have saved it anyway, because he was just having one of those games where it looks as though you're never going to beat him. And in the 85th minute, one of the last chances would actually fall to Newcastle. It was a free header for Sissoko, but thankfully for us, he couldn't put the header on target, and it goes wide for a goal kick. And the last chance would actually fall to Newcastle United. Riviere finds Johan Gouffran. Gouffran finds Czech Tiote. Tiote gets onto the ball, gives it to Gouffran, who shoots, but it's a good save by Ben Foster, and it's turned behind for a corner. But that is how the game would finish. West Brom 0, Newcastle 1. So frustrating to win one and lose one. We can't get a consistent pattern going at the moment in the league right now, but had it not been for Tim Krul, who celebrates, we would have surely at least got a point in this game. What a performance by the Dutch goalkeeper, and it does finish West Brom 0, Newcastle 1. So as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.